Ready? Welcome back to another episode of From My Perspective. I'm your boy Dion coming back to you. Hope everybody's having a great week. Please like, please subscribe to pod, and hit that link in the bio. We got merch. But you all know I'm joined by the man, the myth, the legend himself, Captain Hater. Q, how you doing today, Q?
Man, what to do what it is. You're another bad. It's your boy, Mr. Dale, aka say your name up on this pod. Might not put you to mind. What's up, Ben?
Hey, tired. That's what's up. But hey, let's get right into it. The WNBA playoffs is here, pretty much. I know there's still some seeding that needs to get determined, but it's basically, I think, September 14th is the start of the playoffs.
Yeah.
But the number one seed is locked up. The Minnesota Lynx have that locked up. The number four seed and number five seed is locked up. The number four seed is the Phoenix Mercury, and the number five seed is the New York Liberty. Those are locked up. No, some seeding is still out there. The Golden State Valkyrie, they have a chance to get the six, seven, or eight seed. The Los Angeles Sparks have a chance to get the two seed. Uh, um, and the Atlanta Dream can get the number two seed or the number three seed, depending on what the Aces do. And the Aces, I believe they are what? Oh, where's the Aces at? No, the Aces secured the two seed. I don't know why I said Sparks. That's my fault. Aces secured the two seed, and the Atlanta Dream get the two or the three seed, depending on what the Aces do. But how you seeing the playoffs shaking up? I know it's not fully seeded yet, but Minnesota League's got it locked up in the Phoenix Mercy. A couple teams got it. Like how you seeing it about to play out?
Uh, let's be honest, right? Shout out. Well, first, let me do this. The Valkyrie, for being an expansion team and going to make the playoffs in their first year, that's a testament to the organization as a whole, the players, but especially the coaching staff, to get the players in their right mind frame to make the playoffs. Like I said, in their first year, that's gonna be dope. Man, can we call it spade spade? I feel as if it's going to be the Minnesota Lynx and the Las Vegas Aces. I don't think the Liberty's gonna get back.
Okay.
I like Seattle because,
Yeah.
like I tell you all the time, bro. Somehow I end up watching Seattle Storm all the time because they beat a late night game on a Friday night. I be at the crib drinking, so that's what be on Friday night. You know what I'm saying? You
So
look,
what?
I'm an old man. I got a kid, old lady. I'm at the crib on Friday nights. I ain't outside like you. So I'm at the crib drinking and watching TV. So I see the storm a lot. And
Gotcha.
I like the storm. And I personally, if it wasn't for my people, I would be rooting for the Sparks to, make a run. But I don't feel like they are. Things gonna come down to the Minnesota Lynx and the Las Vegas Aces. But we got time to go our way to the finals. But looking out from right now, from my perspective right now, I think it's going to be those two teams. I'm excited because at one point I was a little concerned that my people weren't going to get there.
Yep.
We brought her home again. I'm gonna keep shouting out Kelsey Mitchell. Every chance I get, I'm gonna say that woman's name, put some respect on that woman's name. Like I said, I know she's not going to win MVP, but I think Kelsey Mitchell deserves to be in the conversation for the MVP because she carried that team
Mm-hmm.
and she carried them to the playoffs. So, but yeah, I'm excited to watch the playoffs because they the best of three. The series is short and sweet. They gonna start in September. They'll be done by October. Whereas the NBA, they
Yeah.
play another 2 months, another 3 months to get through. You know what I mean? They play another 3 months. The season, the NBA playoffs start in spring and in summer.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I'm excited for the WNBA playoffs.
Let me put it down in simpler terms. I kind of messed it up earlier. The Las Vegas Ace, if they win today, they get the two seed. If they lose, they get the three seed. Your Indiana Fever, they can get the number six seed if the Valkyrie loses. If the Valkyrie wins, they'll get the number seven seed. The Valkyrie, they can get the six seed with a win. they get the 8 seed with a loss, and the Seattle Storm, the team you be watching a lot, they get the number 7 seed. If the Valkyrie loses, they'll get the 8 seed if the Valkyrie wins. So that's just the simplest term. That's what it's going to be. But like I said, a spade is probably going to be the Aces versus the Lynx in the finals. Those have been the two best teams, but they play the game for a reason. We'll see what happens. It's a series-based playoffs though, so not too many crazy things usually happen in series-based playoffs. But I mean, I hate that I'm kind of discrediting, the Fever, the Valkyrie, the Storm, and the Mercury, and the Liberty. But if the Lynx and the Aces do see each other again, or if the Lynx and the Ace do see each other in the playoffs, who you think gonna pull it out?
Damn, Dan, you want to put me on the spot?
Yeah, I mean, since I put yours, I'll go ahead and give mine. I think the Lynx is they on a mission. So I'm just gonna say I think the Lynx gonna whoever they face, it's the Lynx for me.
Man, I would. So I think I would lean to. I think I would lean towards the Lynx, so they'll go back to back. Um, but you never want to count out the Aces. And let's be real. Let's be fair to the Liberty. The Liberty got a loaded roster.
Mm-hmm.
They was there last year for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So we can't count the Liberty out quite yet.
They won it last year for a reason, so yeah.
I was like, they won. I keep thinking the Lynx won. I'm sure.
That's why I got the Lynx winning it because you lose it like that. But yeah.
Yeah, appreciate it. Because I keep thinking the Lynx won, but you're right. Liberty won it. You can't count out the Liberty heart of a champion. And like I said, they got a low. The Lynx, I mean, not the Lynx. The Liberty have a loaded roster. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if I had to pick right now, I'm going with the Lynx. It's not back to back, but be getting to the finals back to back years, and this year they're going to be able to capture it. But plus, let's be real. They had I don't know. Collier got hurt towards the end of the season, so she did miss some games. So I don't know if that's going to sway some voters in the MVP race. But I would have her. I had her as my front runner, and I think I still would give it to her. But shout out to AT on the Phoenix Mercury. Like I've been watching her like the past couple of weeks. They've been on TV a lot. I've been watching them, and she after looking like Joker, bro. Like with the assists, the rebounds, and the scoring and all that. So shout out to AT.
All right. Okay, so, but yeah, so I mean, I'm excited. I mean, playoff basketball, whether it's the men or the women, is just better. I've been a little shaky watching my WNBA during the season. I'm gonna be locked in for the playoffs, especially during non-football days. So I'm looking forward to the playoffs and see if the Lynx can pull it out, or see if the Aces can do something, or see if the Liberty can show people why they are the defending champions. But let's go ahead and slide to what happened on Saturday. We talked about the Oklahoma-Michigan game, and your guy looked shaky. Do you want to defend your guy a little bit? No, he's a freshman, but he looked shaky against Oklahoma. We was both wrong. We both picked Michigan to win, but your guy looked shaky. And John Mateer looked great.
So don't be taking my defense before I can even, respond. He a freshman. He needed a time. I believe I said he at some point he gonna win the Heisman. I ain't say it was gonna be this year. Bryce Underwood he looked like a freshman. He showed glimpses and he showed that he had the talent in the game versus Oklahoma, but he also showed that he was a freshman in the game versus Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. And Brent put it on. One thing he could do is coach some defense.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. He called a great defensive game versus Michigan. Now Michigan's head coach is gonna serve a 2-game suspension that he got to choose. So I want to see. I do want to see how Michigan is going to play in these next 2 games without their head coach. Or are they going to? And what does that do for Bryce Underwood? Does he still continue on the same path, or does Michigan hit a wall and hit a rut, and then because if they lose momentum, even though they lost to Oklahoma, it ain't like they looked.
Yeah, they didn't get blasted.
Yeah, they ain't look horrible versus Oklahoma. Michigan didn't look horrible versus Oklahoma. Just Oklahoma outperformed them. Is with Shedeur being, I said Shedeur. With Michigan's head coach being out.
Shamar Moore.
Yeah, Shamar Moore. With Michigan's head coach being out, are they going to hit a wall and derail their season completely, or they're going to be able to play through it. I want to see how they play it out.
Okay.
I
I,
said
I,
I
I,
should do it. Why am I talking thinking that should do it? He ain't even about to see the field in Cleveland.
it's late. It's late. That's my answer. That was my excuse. It's late. But yeah, I agree. Bryce, you saw you saw what could be with Bryce Underwood. There was some flashes. He's a freshman. He's going against Oklahoma and Brett Venables, who, if you know college football, that's one hell of a defensive coordinator. He was the defensive coordinator for Clemson all those years for when they won those national championship games. So Brent Venables is going to draw up a defense to stop a freshman. Probably do some stuff that the freshman's never seen before. So I ain't got no complaints about it so far. I mean, he was shaky. He's a freshman. He'll be all right. John Mateer, though, he looked really good. He looked like a Heisman contender. That in college nowadays you're gonna have some journeymen. He's low key a journeyman, and looks like he found something with Oklahoma. So we'll see. I think he's in the Heisman race now. I'm still gonna pick my guy from Penn State. We'll see, but I mean he's been pretty quiet, but they ain't played nobody. Speaking of they didn't play nobody, a lot of teams didn't play anybody in week 2. It was a lot of like, what are we doing here? All State destroyed Grambling State. Like I didn't watch that. Alabama, they got back on the winning streak. Louisiana Monroe. It was a lot of just what's going on. Probably the worst one was Oregon just destroying Oklahoma State. That man is on the hot seat right there. I'm sorry, Mike Gundy, but God, you can't. You're a power 5, power 4 school. You can't be getting blasted like that.
I was just getting ready to say, like Grambling State, like my son asked me, in fact, he asked me today, how does Ohio State end up playing Grambling State? I was like, it's all about money. That game was, hey, Ohio State called them up. We're gonna give y'all some money. Y'all come up here, y'all play us.
Fund their
But
whole athletic department.
yeah, fund the whole athletic program. But Grambling State, HBCU, FCS. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, like you talked about with Alabama, they played they not an FCS, but they played I think Monroe's in the Sun Belt.
You Louisiana Monroe,
Yeah,
group of 5 team.
group of 5. I believe they in the Sun Belt, but with conference realignment that could change. But Oklahoma State is in the Big 12.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, they ain't moved. You get, and then crazy thing, Mike Gundy made some comments prior to the game to start with.
He basically said they was gonna get blown out.
He said they was gonna get blown out. He knew what it was, and he was like, "We shouldn't even be playing with them because they got Nike money, and we don't have Nike money." Oklahoma State used to have a guy, RP to the man, but he used to fund them a lot too. So it wasn't like Oklahoma State ain't got no type of money.
Yeah.
Like
Like you can lose, but golly, they made them look like an FCS school.
man, listen, that's what Grambling cool. Oklahoma State, I don't know if you shouldn't be losing like that. You can lose, but you shouldn't be losing like that because y'all might not have dollars like Nike did, but y'all got some quarters over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Y'all got some quarters. Y'all could pay somebody to come in there. Ain't no way y'all should be losing. No, not like that. No, not like that.
Yeah, it was just embarrassing. Like you as a fan, if you was a fan watching that, I feel bad for my Oklahoma fans, Oklahoma State
Like
fans, because the score, looking at
69-3, wasn't it? I believe it
I'm,
was 69-3. Yeah,
I'm gonna let you know, 69-3.
yeah.
You
They
let Oregon, I know Oregon's 6th ranked team in the nation, put up 69 points on you, and you only scored 3. You are a power forward. That should never happen. You can get beat by 21, maybe 30, but 69-3, that's just embarrassing, dog.
hell, you shouldn't lose by 40, but if you gonna lose by 40, at least put up 20 points.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't even get in the end zone. And Oregon ain't known for their defense; they known for their offense. You
Yep.
didn't even put up a touchdown.
Yeah, it was crazy. But outside of that, I mean, obviously that stood out because Oklahoma State's power forward school. The other game that stood out was, we got a battle of Florida going on. We thinking all the Florida teams looking good. USF upset at Florida, who some people have Florida going to the playoffs. They had DJ Lagway as a Heisman contender, but not now. As USC came in there and showed them who is boss and who kind of controls Florida a little bit. And it ain't Florida, it's USF and Florida State and Miami. So I mean, what was your thought of that upset? Billy Napier, his seat was already super warm. He saved it last year from the performance the way he ended. His seat was already super warm coming in this year. That thing is hot right now.
So let me first, before I go to Billy Napier, let me give South Florida their credit. South Florida first two weeks after that beat two ranked teams.
Mm-hmm.
And then this week have to go play Miami. But I don't think when South Florida made this schedule, they didn't think they was gonna win the two of the three games to start after the season.
No.
They thought they was hoping to get one of them. But that, like I said, you schedule out in far in advance. But they won two games. They upset two ranked opponents. They shocked the world when they beat Alabama, and then they came back and did it against Florida.
Boise State.
I mean, sorry, Boise State. Thank you. Sure. Boise State.
You think about Florida State.
Florida State beat Alabama. It's late. I don't know what you want to be.
It's late.
Yeah. Florida State beat Alabama. South Florida beat Boise State. Boise State. Boise State. I hope y'all get it back because I love my blue turf. But Billy Napier, I think he's gonna get fired just because of the fact you can't be the fourth best school in Florida. They might let you slide being up two, like Miami or Florida State being ahead of you. But you got both of them in now South Florida ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
I think Billy Napier is on the hot seat. I don't think they'll fire him during the season, but it's not going. I think it's going to be telling this week when they play LSU if the game is close.
Mm-hmm.
If he wins, I think, like you said, like he did last year, he saves his job. But because LSU's, I think, is a top team. I know they're a top 10 team in the country. I believe they're number 8 or 9. But if he beat a ranked opponent, okay, like you said, people got them in the college football playoffs, so it's still that trajectory. But if you lose like Oklahoma State did, oh yeah, you might not make it to the end of the season.
My question for you, Q, do you know who Florida has on their schedule? Have you seen that schedule?
Well, let me take a guess. I'm sure Georgia's on there.
I'm gonna just go ahead. And line it up for you. Pretty much, they talked about it a lot. It's a gauntlet. So this week they got LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, another ranked team, Miami. They get a break. They get a nice little break. After they break, they got Texas.
Ooh.
Following Texas, they got Texas A&M.
Mm.
After Texas A&M, they get somewhat of a break, but you still got SEC competition. You got Mississippi State. Following Mississippi State, you get another break. You come off that break, you got them Bulldogs of Georgia.
I knew it was on there.
After Georgia, you got that team in blue. SEC game should win, but it's still an SEC game.
Come on, man, they're going to win that.
It's at Lexington. That's probably the hardest part. After that team in blue, they got Ole Miss. After Ole Miss, they got Tennessee.
Yeah.
And after Tennessee, they finished the season with Florida State. This is a gauntlet of a schedule. I don't know.
Yeah, he's going to win 2 of them games.
I see 2 games that they're going to be favored in right now. That's it. Maybe 2. They might not be favored in the Mississippi State game, and like I said, the team in blue, they got to go to Lexington.
Yeah, but it's the team. Like, come on.
But that schedule,
if they not favored, they gonna win that game.
Yeah.
And that ain't even me being a hater. Well, a little bit, but damn, they only gonna win 2 of them games. Yeah, he might get fired, dog. Because I can't even. He gonna win either 2 of the 3: Mississippi State, Kentucky, Ole Miss. Because
this is ranked 2 though.
I know, but I'm saying I'm giving him that one.
Okay.
Because I don't see him beating. I don't see not even him, just the team in general. I don't see them beating Georgia.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
maybe Florida State at the end of the year. Maybe Florida State got lucky with Alabama.
They look good in week 2 too, but again, as another team, like what we doing, bro? What we doing?
Yeah. So damn.
That schedule's tough, dog.
Why did the SEC hurt? That goes back to why did the SEC put all these daggone teams in the same on conference? You allowing all your teams to beat each other up. Did you need 16 teams? Y'all was good at 14. You didn't need Texas and Oklahoma. That's neither here nor there.
But yeah, so that's their schedule. So oof. Billy Napier, if he comes out of this unscathed, he might need to get a statue because the way that schedule set up, good luck at that. And you lose to USF. With a schedule like that, you can't lose to USF. No offense to USF. You group of 5. You can't when you have a schedule like this, you can't lose to UFS.
But if USF, like let's say USF go beat Miami this week, then that USF loss don't look too bad.
Yeah. I believe I know we talked. I mean, a group of 5 team is going to make the play. It looks like it's probably not going to be Boise because they lost to USF. I believe South Florida has a strong. Even if they lose against Miami, they have a strong chance to make the playoffs.
Oh yeah, so, but especially if they win their conference, for sure.
But no, I was like I said, outside of that game, USF versus Florida, playoffs really. I mean, the games wasn't that exciting. A lot of what are we doing here? But what we got going on in week 3 of the college football season?
So, Notre Dame and Texas A&M. You got Clemson versus Georgia Tech. You got, like we already talked about, South Florida versus Miami, and then Georgia versus Tennessee.
College game days at Georgia, Tennessee. I mean, I won't be watching any games Saturday. Unfortunately, I'll be on the road. But if I wasn't on the road, I would probably be checking out Notre Dame and see if they could bounce back after. I mean, they had a bye. They're coming off a bye week. I want to see if they can bounce back. And that Miami USF game got extremely interesting. So I will be keeping an eye on that game.
Yeah, the game. Clemson plays Georgia Tech too, which is going to be surprisingly a good game. That's a 12 o'clock game. I don't know if I mentioned that one before. That's going to be a surprisingly good game. Florida versus LSU, we already had talked about. The game, I'm going to watch Texas A&M Notre Dame. Like you said, it's later in the day. I got some stuff to take care of earlier in the day, so I'll be free around that time. Of course, it is a fight this weekend, which we might want to talk about too. I forgot all about. But I'm interested in Clemson and Georgia Tech simply because one is the ACC and Louisville, that's our conference, and that's where Louisville's near and dear to our heart. But I want to see if Clemson can win on the road. If Clemson bounces back, Georgia and Tennessee. You can tell me if I'm wrong, Dion. Is it wrong that I'm being dismissive of Tennessee, and I just think Georgia gonna roll? And I know it's not the same Georgia that we're used to because they had to reload, but I also feel like it's Georgia and they got a bunch of people to reload with.
I'm not a big believer in the Gunnar Stockton and the quarterback at this moment in time. The only thing that's saving Tennessee, from my perspective, that like the reason why I wouldn't put full faith in Georgia, put the house on Georgia, is that it's at Tennessee, and that place is a tough place to play at.
It is. Yeah, it is.
So I feel you. Another game,
big though, because last time I was loud and wrong with Florida State, so I ain't gonna be like Georgia gonna beat Tennessee's guaranteed. But I do feel like Georgia's going to win this game.
Another game that I'm not going to watch, but I will be looking at the final score to see what it's looking like. Oregon State versus Texas Tech. I want to see not Oregon State. I'm looking for Oklahoma State. I'm trying to see who they play. My bad. Looking at the wrong team.
Yeah.
I guess it looks like Oklahoma State actually have a bye week. Never mind. I was looking for Oklahoma, so I'm looking forward to see what they got going on. But
they don't get the late night special real quick. For y'all late night people who be up with like me, it's 2 games I'm gonna have my eye on. One is Minnesota versus Cal, and the other one, the ACC in me, is Boston College and Stanford.
Yeah.
But Texas State and Arizona State play as well. It's at all these games kick off at 10:30. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, these is for these football heads. It's gonna be late at night. We got some stuff to watch. Hawaii gonna be on too, but I ain't gonna be able to. It come on at 11:30. I mean 12 o'clock. I ain't gonna be able to watch it.
Yeah, that's late. That's late. But yeah, so we'll see. Should be a decent, good week, better than last week, and we might get an upset. Couple games that we're looking forward to. But let's go ahead and slide over to the team, the players that get paid millions of dollars and not just thousands of dollars. Let's go to the NFL. Week 1 was an excellent week. Some highlights. I mean, there was a lot of close games. I watched the Falcons Buccaneers go back and forth. Falcons should have won that game, but the Buccaneers pulled that one out. The Bengals barely escaped Cleveland. I don't know what's going on with Miami. We gotta have a dialogue about Miami because they look horrible, and they calling Daniel Jones Indiana Jones now. They had Daniel Jones looking like a competent quarterback. I want like what's going on with Miami? Is Tyreek Hill gonna get traded? Tua looked awful. I I need some. What you feeling, man? That was awful.
So Tua looked bad. But I think my biggest question is for Miami is what they're gonna do with Tyreek Hill. And it's not just the off the field stuff. He also don't look like the same player. He still look good, but Tyreek Hill looked great for it. He don't look the same. Then you add on the off the field stuff. I feel like that plays a part into how Tua looks. If we're gonna be honest, when your number one ain't don't look like a number one no more. And then
Don't even look
Waddle,
like he beat her.
I mean, all that off the field stuff, you think he want to beat her?
Yeah.
And then Waddle, Jalen Waddle, maybe it's me. I had higher expectations for him. I don't know if it's the Miami system and or because he shows glimpses, he shows it, since he's been there. But it feel like I guess maybe because Tyreek's there, it don't feel like he exploded the way that I thought he was.
Yeah.
And I don't maybe it's the weapons fault with Tua. No, okay, I tried.
I don't know, man. They looked awful, and all I can say is, Coach McDaniel's, that seat has become hot. You got to get
he,
it.
he gonna be a dope offensive coordinator though.
Hey, he gonna have him a job quick.
Yeah, he gonna have a job. He gonna be a dope offensive coordinator. Whether he
Yeah.
want to stay in the league or go to college, he gonna be a dope offensive coordinator.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll see. But we gotta talk about the prime time game Sunday night, Ravens versus the Bills, and the Ravens look like last year's Ravens. Dominant run game, Lamar doing Lamar things, but couldn't hold their water as they blew another lead to the Josh Allen's Bills. I know you watched it. What was your thoughts? About 4 minutes ago, they're up 15 points. What was your thoughts? Because it, yeah,
My thoughts watching that game was, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I'm gonna go on and say it. Is Josh Allen the best quarterback in the league?
he got beat 15 in the playoffs for me to say something like that.
And that's the crazy thing, because I know in my mind, let me rephrase that. In my heart, I feel like Patrick Mahomes is the better quarterback. Even in my mind a little bit, I feel like, man, you see Patrick Mahomes do some stuff that nobody else ever could do. But it's the way Josh Allen, Josh Allen doesn't have another superstar on his team. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Patrick Mahomes got superstars, but Hollywood Brown ain't no slouch.
Travis Kelce at his old age.
And Travis Kelce's old. Don't get me wrong, Travis Kelce is old. Well, Travis Kelce still ain't no slouch neither.
Nope.
Josh Allen don't have that. And we know, Lamar got weapons. We know Burrow got weapons. You know what I mean? We know Burrow got weapons. So, Josh Allen, I don't, it sounds after to say like he's doing more with less, so I don't want to. That's what I'm saying, but I don't really want to say that because I don't want to act like these dudes are professionals. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to disrespect his receiving core, but he doesn't have the level of talent that compared to the other quarterbacks. But he keeps finding ways to win these games. So it's making me wonder: is Josh Allen the best quarterback in the NFL right now?
It's
And
definitely the case.
I feel like he has. I feel like he can make a case. That was my biggest takeaway. I mean, at some point, Baltimore's gonna have to quit blowing leads. I think since I forgot since I won't say this since President Bush been in office, he has blown 17 fourth quarter double digit leads or second half double digit leads.
Because John Harbaugh, he's like the longest tenured head coach.
John Harbaugh has been there. So this was these blowing up leads was before Derrick Henry got there, before Lamar got there. You know what I'm saying? This goes back to when they had Flacco.
Yeah.
So
Flacco's like 40.
Flacco is 40. Yes, Flacco is 40 years old. He don't look like Tom Brady when he was 40, I'll tell you that much. But so that was my two biggest takeaways is at some point Baltimore's gonna have to stop choking.
Yeah, yep, yep. At one point in that game, they was what was it? They was up two. They was up two. The Ravens had the ball. I know they was at their own yard line. I know they was in their own territory. It was like 4th and 3.
Yep. Yep.
When it got, I was like, you cannot give the Bills the ball back. I felt it watching through the TV. I felt like if they gave the ball back to the Bills, they're going to lose. It was 4th and 3. You have to go for that. I don't care if you're at your 40-yard line. You can't give that ball back to Josh Allen. There's no way in hell you were supposed to give that ball to Josh Allen. We're gonna talk about the man Derrick Henry. He had one hell of a game, made one costly mistake, and sometimes depending on when you make a mistake, it could cost you the game. He made the mistake at the wrong time, and it cost. I was not gonna say it fully cost him the game because there was still more game left, but he put it on his shoulders. It was on him. You can't give that ball back, and especially not. I know it's 1 week, but you can't give that ball back. So hopefully the Ravens figure it out though.
The other reason you can't get that ball back is because some fact you hope you ought to put up 40 points. You
Mm-hmm.
already see your defense ain't stopping nobody. So even if y'all don't make it on 4 for 3, at least you know you got a better chance of getting the ball back is being able to score, giving Lamar a chance to score again.
Yep.
In that situation. But you go for it. It's of course hindsight's 2020, right? But I feel like you have to go for it in that position just because not one because you don't want to give Josh Allen the ball back, but two because your defense ain't stopping. Your defense ain't stopping nobody.
Yeah.
So I think that's why you go for it. But it was a good game. I feel like it's gonna be an AFC championship preview. Because what if Kansas City don't get back?
Yep. But yeah, but let's go ahead and slide over to that man Derrick Henry. You raised a question to me earlier, and I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole thinking about it. But what was that question you raised to me, man?
Is Derrick Henry a top 5 running back since I believe I said 1990s?
2000, yeah, since 2000.
Since 2000. I couldn't remember if I said because in my head it was like 90s or 2000. Is he a top 5 running back since the 2000s? Well, top 5. I feel like top 5 is without question, right?
Without question. So I went through my mind with running backs. I looked up some running backs. As a couple different bucket of guys. Before I talk about the three that are ahead of him, and there's one reason why I think they are ahead of him. I'll get there. So I got Derrick Henry fourth. I don't know who my fifth is, but it's one of these guys. You got Marshawn Lynch. He played in that era. Chris Johnson, Ezekiel Elliott, Todd Gurley. These guys were great, but their prime was very short.
Mm-hmm.
Derrick Henry he's got him on the longevity. The first three guys that came to my mind when you said top 5, and I was listing out my running backs that I would probably or consider taking over Derrick Henry, it was Damian Tomlinson, who has an MVP. Sean Alexander, who has an MVP, and Adrian Peterson, who has an MVP and is the last non-quarterback to win the MVP. It's those three guys, then Derrick Henry. I don't know who my fifth is. It could be Marshawn Lynch. It could be I wouldn't put Zeke, but maybe Marshawn, maybe Todd Gurley, maybe Chris Johnson, one of those guys. But my top four is solidified. That fifth, I don't know. But Derrick Henry, top five, without a doubt.
So, so in my head, the reason this question came to me is will Derrick Henry go down as a top 5 all time running back, excluding your Walter Paytons and your Jim Browns, right?
Yeah.
Excluding them two, because I feel like personally, them two especially Jim Brown, he's in a completely different era. Yeah. So it's kind of hard to rank him because if you listen to OGs like Tony Kornheiser or PTI, him and Mike Woodbine say Jim Brown's the best player ever in football. Mm-hmm. So, like he's a different stratosphere. But I was thinking, would he be considered a top 5? All the time, I was like, no, because you got Barry, you got Emmett, you know what I'm saying? You got, and then you got LaDainian, you got LT, LaDainian Thomason. So I brought it back to like I said, the 2000s. So I would put LT ahead of him. I would put Adrian Peterson ahead of him. But you said Sean Alexander, and in my head I was like, yeah, Sean Alexander does have that MVP. But if you're looking at out-town rushing yards, Derrick Henry is in the top 25. Sean Alexander's not.
Yeah, the one thing I will say, I can see why you wouldn't put him out. When I was looking up, and it's crazy because I did take a tour of the NFL Hall of Fame. I looked up Sean. I was like, oh, he's not in the Hall of Fame. And at this rate, he's been retired for a while. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he will get in the Hall of Fame, and he has an MVP. Adrian Peterson, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. I don't know. I know he hasn't officially filled out the paperwork for his retirement because he wants to still play for some reason. I just think he needs money. But he's a Hall of Famer. LT, he's already in the Hall of Fame. Adrian Peterson will be in the Hall of Fame. I was shocked to see Sean Alexander is not in the Hall of Fame. I was very shocked, especially since he has an MVP. So I can see why you wouldn't take Sean over Derrick Henry.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. I would put Derrick Henry at 3. I would actually, I don't know if you remember. You remember Steven Jackson?
Yes, I remember Steven Jackson.
He's 19th on the all-time rushing. Yeah, so that was my reaction too. Like, damn, I didn't know he ranked. I didn't know he
played long enough to do something with his running style.
I know he had a solid career, and I felt like it was pretty long, but I didn't know it was long enough to be top 25 all time in rushing. Mm-hmm. I didn't know Steven Jackson. I'm sorry, man. I wasn't familiar with your game. At least I thought I was, but apparently I'm wrong. My serious apologies, Steven Jackson. Let me put some respect on your name, my brother. But yeah, I feel like what would it take for Derrick Henry for you to pass any of those people up in front of you, that you have in front of you? Or can they not? Can he not?
The thing Derrick Henry has over pretty much everybody but Emmett, and I'm going to take Emmett, I'm going to take Barry out of it. The thing that Derrick Henry can have over Adrian Peterson and LaDainian Thompson is the longevity, because he's been doing it and consistent. Like, people are at awe because Derrick Henry is 32 and he's still one of the top backs in the league. Like, he shouldn't be doing what he's still doing. The way he runs the ball, he should not still be doing it like he is. My first thought was an MVP, but he's not getting that because they don't give it to running backs anymore.
No.
So my second thought was, if he can give me this until he's like 35, I think I can put him over LT and Adrian Peterson.
Okay. So right now he's 8, like I said, he's 18. 11,592 yards. Let's say what? 1,000 yards, 1,500. Is that fair? Well, let's just say 1,000. If he get 1,000 more yards from where he's currently at, that'll put him at 11th.
Okay. He'll probably play
He,
another year.
I was going to say, right. So if he do a thousand, another 1,000 next year, that's the thing. If he do 1,000 next year, if he just say 1,000, he'll just go up to 10
Okay.
because there is a difference between uh like Eric Dickerson got 13,000. Tony Dorsett is at like 12,700. Eric Dickerson is at like
Well,
13,000.
how much would he need to get to top 10?
Oof, a good 2,000. Like I said, 1,000 over the next 2 years. If he get 1,000 over the next 2 years, he'll be in the top 10.
I think if he gets in the top 10, he can get consideration for top running back in the 2000s.
We forgot about Marshall Falk.
Yeah.
And
He
Marshall
started
Falk,
in he started in the 90s. I guess that's probably why I really didn't think about it because he
yeah,
started in
him
the
and
90s.
Adrian James.
Um before we slide over, I know somebody I think he's kind of high on that rushing list. Frank Gore. What's your perspective on Frank Gore? Because he's a good back. I think he is helped out by his longevity, which is it's not a bad thing, but it's also not be a great thing because just because you was doing it for a while doesn't mean you was great at it.
He played 15 years and he's third all time in rushing. That's the thing, though. He never, for
He was
me,
because he was never the best running back in the league. That's
yeah, that's a good point. But them last couple years, he was like your second or third string running back, and he gave you solid production. But like you said, he never was. You never looked at him as the best running back. You never looked at him as right top two, top three. To be honest,
yeah.
some years he probably was the third best running back. I take that back. Some years he probably was the third best running back. But like you said, he never was one or two. But to the longevity, especially for that position,
Mm-hmm.
we got to give him some love, give him some respect for it because most dudes, like we talked about, Steven Jackson. I mean, not Steven Jackson. Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley was that man, right? Yeah, I think Todd Gurley ain't that old now. Todd Gurley he ain't that much older than
He's like
Derrick Henry.
he might be 30, 31.
I was gonna say he might be younger than Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
So for for Frank Gore to do it for that long at at that position, yeah, nah, that's a different animal.
Mhm. So I'll be in this because no, I know he was super high on that list.
Todd Gurley is 31.
Ridiculous. And he's been out the league for like 5 years already.
It feels longer than that, to be honest.
So, but yeah, you gotta give some love to the running backs. It's actually come back. I think Saquon Barkley. I feel like he didn't get a late start but it feels like his greatness is coming a little bit late in his career. He's like 28. We'll see how much longer he can give us his performance. A lot of running backs usually tail off after they do a 2,000-yard season. That's why Derrick Henry is another anomaly because he do a 2,000-yard season. He comes back just a chugging. So we'll see how Saquon Barkley what he does. But these running backs they might be making a comeback. But
Saquon got a lot of injuries, though. I think that's why it looked like he has the slowest starts because he has had a bunch of seasons with injuries. He also
yeah,
played for the Giants.
yeah.
Carl Sachs. You know what I mean? He also
But
played for
let's go ahead and move on to the week 2 NFL pick'ems.
yeah, let's get it cracking. First, Rams versus Titans.
I got the Rams, man. Matthew Stafford look like at back magically healed. And Ken Ward, man, y'all got tell your team to help him out, man. He's out there. Seems like he's out there by himself. He needs some help, please.
Oh my bad. Last week we both went 2-2. You had the Broncos. We both had the Steelers, and then I had the Vikings. We both had the Lions, and we got that wrong.
We tripping.
Yeah, we both got it.
Yep.
Yep.
Before we,
Wait.
I think I miscredited how much losing both offensive coordinators is going to hurt the Lions because they don't look the same at all. But go on.
I'm gonna give it at least to week 5 before I caught my pleas on that one. I'm gonna give it to at least week 5. If week 5 they still look shaky, then I caught my pleas and be like, I got that one wrong. But Tennessee. Cam Ward looked excellent, given that he's a rookie quarterback and the people that was playing around him. Cam Ward looked excellent. I think we got that pick right. And This reminds me of going back to the draft. Why was there ever a question of who was going to be the number one overall quarterback? It was Cam Ward, clear as day.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they tried to make it a competition. And then they act like this quarterback class was so bad. No, it was just one guy. That's all it was. They act like Cam Ward he went number one because he was the best quarterback out of the bunch. No, Cam Ward just was good. He just was that much better than everybody else.
Yep.
All right, we got off the soapbox for a minute. Now, Tennessee Titans. We are going to have to continue to build around him, get him the weapons, get him the offensive line. Defense played pretty good, which was expected. Our defense was good last year until it tapered off towards the end of the season because they realized we keep playing hard, but the other dude keep giving the ball to the other team. So why are we gonna keep playing hard? So shout out to Tennessee Titans. The defense is going to be good. Calvin Ridley is going to have to show that he is a number one. He's a number one receiver.
Gotta help your young guy out.
You gotta help out the rookie. Calvin Ridley. Please help out Cam Moore. Please. You know I'm going with Titans. I don't understand why we I don't know even talking, man. But yeah. All right, next. Giants versus Cowboys.
Got my Cowboys, man. Giants don't want none. I'm actually confident in my Cowboys for a change. Still don't think we'll win the Super Bowl, but I got us winning a playoff game. I might be wrong, though.
Stop it. All right, I'm going with the Cowboys too. So the thing I want to say is real quick about the Giants. Why y'all starting Russell Wilson again?
Jackson Dog look good in the preseason. You might as well go ahead and throw them to the Wolves.
Man, cause
I'd rather go 4-12 with 4-13 with Jackson Dart than 4-12 with Russell Wilson. Just saying.
Well, listen, you know what it is. Russell Wilson, fam, go do the family thing. Go be a TV analyst. It's cool, my brother. It's all right.
Money ain't the same, but you know.
You done got older. He was a scrambling quarterback, running quarterback, throw it on the run. He ain't the same guy as he used to be. And that's cool, but you ain't got to force it. You ain't got to force it to turn it into a journeyman at this point in your career. So, yeah, I'm going with the Cowboys. Man, Giants also, you might want to go with Jackson Dart before, what you call him? That Lamborghini they got?
Malik Neighbors.
Before that Lamborghini start going want to get parked somewhere else.
Yeah.
The Giants, you might want to figure something out because he looks frustrated on the side of the line.
Mm-hmm.
He in year two, and he looking frustrated. You got a talent like that, you better take care of that talent. So the New York Giants, y'all better go ahead and store Jackson Dart and let him and Malik Neighbors come up together through y'all program. And let's be real, y'all go ahead and fire y'all coach. Eagles versus Chiefs. Super Bowl rematch.
The Chiefs didn't look that great against the Chargers. I mean, Chargers not a bad team. The Eagles, they looked all right. They looked pretty good. Jalen Hurts used his legs more than his arm, but I think the Chiefs is going to be a little bit more motivated to win this game. I got the Chiefs.
All right. I got the Eagles. Just because, they already beat the ones. They'll be all right. 2 Monday night games here. So, Bucks versus Texans.
I got the Bucks. The Bucks actually look pretty decent. They might win the NFC South by more than just 8 wins. They might get to 10.
You're right. So I had planned to go with the Bucks. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bucks. Yeah, because I'm gonna go with the Bucks. It's too early to be trying to play gamesmanship. Let's just start with the wins. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bucks because even though it is on the Bucks is on the road. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm sticking with the Bucks. All right, last one: Chargers versus Raiders.
Chargers look great. I gotta go with the Chargers. The Raiders didn't look awful. Pete Carroll, one hell of a coach. Geno Smith, he's proven them right. Why they didn't? For some reason, they didn't write back because they wrote him off, and he didn't write back because they wrote him off. but I got the Chargers, man. They look great.
Man, I can't believe I'm ready to do this. Gino looks really good.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Raiders.
All right.
I'm gonna get that wrong. I feel it now, but I'm going with the Raiders.
All right. So, all righty then. So that'll do it for our NFL pick'ems. But one more thing before we get out of here, there's a big fight on Netflix. Terrence Crawford goes against Canola Alvarez. I know you're not a huge boxing guy, Q, but will you be watching? No, I know college football. Is this gonna replace your late night watch? It's on Netflix. I know you got it in the house. I know you got Netflix. You gonna check it out?
I believe, yeah, I am. See, that's the thing, bro. I hate that it's on Netflix because I got YouTube TV. I can do the multi view. I can
Yeah.
have it in both boxes, but I can't do it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be flipping back and forth. I think that's
Yeah.
what it's gonna be. I'm gonna be flipping back and forth.
I don't know if I will be checking it out live. I definitely watch the highlights. Honestly, it just depends on how tired I am from this road. After I get done having enjoying myself, we'll see. But I'll definitely be trying. I got Terrence Crawford. That's who I got winning it. We'll see. But yeah, Netflix doing some big things.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I did not realize that the fight was on Netflix. I remember when they announced it, they said it was on Netflix, and I was like, But now that it's coming up to the fight, I was like, damn, it really is on Netflix.
Yep.
Damn, that's crazy. Because I wasn't expecting it to be on Netflix. But yeah, shout out to Netflix doing their thing.
And last time it was on Netflix, it was the Mike. Last time I fight was it was the Mike Tyson fight. I hope y'all fixed y'all issues because golly, the
You would
buffering.
think because they got WWE now,
They buffering. Hopefully, they buffering has been fixed because golly, that was awful. But go ahead.
no, you would think they would fix it now because, like I said, they got WWE. I'm gonna go with Crawford as well. I don't think it's gonna be a knockout though. I think it's gonna come to decision.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it'd be decision.
it's gonna come to decision. But yeah, I'm gonna attempt to watch it live. Like I said, I'm gonna do a little flipping back and forth.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, so hey, big weekend of sports. Boxing, college football, NFL. Obviously, the WNBA playoff starts here soon. We are excited, and we're going to talk about all of it. But that'll do it for another episode of From My Perspective. I'm your boy Dion. Thank you for listening. We really do appreciate you. Please like, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit the link in the bio for some merch. Uh, Give us who you think is going to win the fight, Terrence Crawford or Canelo Alvarez, in the comment section. We'll look at it and see who y'all feeling. But I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Q, go ahead. Take us home.
You already know the best. It's your boy, Mr. Bell, aka say your name up on this pod. Might not put you to mind. We holler at y'all later.